I was going to tell you how to say this, but whatever. You'll hear me say it. Are you ready, Mom Brain?
I am ready.
I think we're ready.
Okay.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Oh, that's nice.
All right. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Nope. Go Nintendo Podcast, Webisode 764. The Comfey Podcast. It's spelled Comfey, but it looks like a Hawaiian lei, so I'm guessing it's Comfey. Like a lei. Fey, lei, right?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Mom Brain, will you tell us about... Oh, wait. The Go Nintendo Podcast is part of the Greenlit Podcast Network at greenlitpodcasts.com. Mom Brain, will you tell us about Comfey, please?
I sure will.
Oh, I need to... No, give me that back. I lied.
Good Lord.
I keep forgetting to send out the tweet.
Welcome to your doom.
Thanks. Okay. Now we're good. Mom Brain, will you tell us about Comfey, please?
I don't know. Will I?
Please.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, my God.
Comfey. Comfey. It attaches flowers to its highly nutritious vine. This revitalizes the flowers and they give off an aromatic scent. I feel like we dropped in the middle and then left right away to this description.
I want to smell that Pokemon.
That's disgusting.
You liked smelling the cat.
He's my cat. There's nothing so comforting as the smell of your cat.
A trainer can have a Pokemon. Maybe they want to smell the Comfey.
They're not even an inch tall.
That is correct.
They're not even a pound.
Well, it's like flat flowers.
They're male and female. Their category is posy picker. Use posy picker.
I knew you were going to like that.
And their abilities include flower veil and triage. And that's really all I have for you.
Thanks so much, Mom Brain. We have a special guest today, live via cell phone, propped up on a whole bunch of DS game boxes. It's Nikki Hill.
Is that when I say something?
Yes, that's when you say something.
Hey.
We should have printed out a picture of your face or something for the video camera, but you're just a pile of DS games.
I wish I could look at it, but that'll probably cause feedback, right?
Yes, unless you mute it, then you're fine.
I'm muted. Let's take a look.
I don't know how much you can see.
Oh, there I am.
Looking better than ever.
Wow.
Well, thanks for joining us, Nikki Hill.
This lockdown stuff, I really lost a lot of weight.
You're looking stacked. I would like to say that Kirby... well, first off, we're doing this the way we're doing it because I couldn't figure out a way to do it so that the audio was piped in with the setup that I have, on top of not having a delay between when we talk and Nikki Hill would hear. So, when you see news shows and there's always a delay when they're interviewing people, I didn't want that. So I figured the best thing would be just put a cell phone on a box, except we're on FaceTime audio for higher quality. So it should be good.
That's how we do things here at GoNintendo.
That's right. I mean, it works. It's fine. I can see that it's picking them up fine. And also, Kirby would love to be here, but actually I didn't hear from him, but he might be working because he's part of Essential Retail. But also, he does not have Wi-Fi at his place, so he wouldn't be able to join us, sadly. But I'm sure he would like to be here, and he misses you all. Mom Brain, your Discord duty, because I can't see it, so you got to say hi to the people that are there.
Do you need me to do anything for you? Do you want me to hold it so you can see?
The thing I just said would be great.
Oh, hi to...
oh, boy.
Oh, man.
You just read names. That's it.
T27 Duck, Blue Husky.
Now, are you in the right chat?
I'm the podcast one. I'm podcast.
Yeah.
Look, here I am. You go ahead. It's fine. You do it.
What do you? He just reads names of people.
Oh yeah, you're looking on the right hand side. I look at people in the actual chat.
All right, well,
Timdo and Autumnal Blake and Malik Halo. And how do you scroll on this thing?
You've much yet to learn.
Steel Diver. Yeah, you're looking at the people in the actual chat, not the list of people on the right hand side. Yeah.
And Malik, did you say hi to Malik Halo?
In general.
I did.
Oh yeah, there you go. Mine Without a Cause.
There
Nico
you go.
Darunia,
There you go.
Giant Reggie, A beaver house in.
Okay. Don't yell into the
I
microphone.
can't win with you, dude.
Look at your blurbs.
Hey, Nader Die.
Too much togetherness.
Yeah, like if you're gonna laugh or be really loud, just pull away. But other than that, just talk normally.
Hey, Rat Mastered.
One of my favorite names, Rat Mastered. I love it. So if they
Autumnal Blake says you look like a boomer in this picture because you're like holding the computer away from.
Yeah, I needed to like pull my glasses out and take them off and look. What's going on?
And turn on your cell phone light.
Yeah. What is this? A meme? What's a meme?
Me, I'm a meme man.
I want you to. You got to keep looking back and forth, see if anybody says anything. Okay, can you handle that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Nikki Hill's.
Know what I mean?
Too. Oh.
You're pulling.
Know what I mean?
I can switch between Discord on my phone too. All right. Anyway, let's talk about some hot topics. First off, this week I had another rundown of written features for the site. One every.
Doesn't anyone care what
Oh
I
yes.
think?
Hello, Josh. How are you today?
A big hello to my fans.
Josh, I'm one of your fans, and I feel like you ignore me every time. How are you, Josh?
Thanks. Very cool.
All right, Josh. Thank you. Yeah, I had a written
I'm the
feature.
world's best singer.
All right. I don't know that the world's best singer would always announce that he's the world's best singer and then sing.
I think he's the world's best singer.
I didn't say I didn't think it. I'm just saying, just sing and let the world decide. But I mean, you can't deny it. Uh-oh, we got a contender.
Sure, whatever.
Anyway, I did a whole bunch of written features this week. This time around, we did. There's going to be a top story about potential Mario re-releases for the Switch. So I talked about Super Mario 3D World getting another chance on the Switch because it came out on the Wii U and it sold well for the Wii U's install base, but it certainly didn't reach its potential. So I'd love to see it come to Switch.
Wait, which was Super Mario 3D World?
That was the one that introduced Cat Mario.
I thought that was on the 3DS.
Super Mario 3D Land was on the 3DS. Sans Cat Mario. Two completely different games, and then there will be new Super Mario 3D Land.
That story was boring.
Thanks, Josh. We talked about potential Galaxy ports for the Switch and how they might prove to be difficult because the Wii remote has an IR pointer and the Joy-Con does not. And there are some aspects of the game that wouldn't easily translate to non-IR pointer controls. Now, you can do a virtual IR pointer on the Switch Joy-Con, but the games that do use that, it does work, but it needs to be recalibrated quite often. So I don't know if Nintendo could find a workaround for that or not. Also talked about Super Mario 64, and if that does get ported over to the Switch, what should they change and what should stay the same? Because it's such a classic game. And such an iconic game that, sometimes you don't want to upgrade everything. Sometimes keeping the visuals as they are and just putting them in high def would be fine. And maybe there's people who want the visuals to be completely redone, but the game might lose some of its charm because of that. You don't know. So we talked about that. We also talked about there's a spring eShop sale going on that is insane. And it has over 300 games on sale, and some are up to 80% off. So
some of them might actually be good.
Heck?
Well, that's what we did, Nikki Hill. We put together a feature that takes a look at the top eShop picks that are part of the sale that are $10 and under, because there's a whole bunch of other games that are in there that are on sale that are higher priced than that. But I figured let's narrow it down. $10 and under, the best picks in my opinion. And I'm glad you said something, Nikki Hill, because De Blob is on that list. De Blob.
That is not correct.
It
Where
is
do I find
correct.
this list?
If you go to the site and check out the top, it's one of the pictures at the top. I think it says spring sale or something like that. So yeah, the Blob is on there, and the Blob 2, which I didn't mention, but the Blob 2 is also under $10. It's like $6, I think. But there's lots of good games in there, so I gave my top picks for that. So thanks everybody who's been checking those out and spreading them around. They've actually been getting really good traction. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Wow, I am impressed.
There's one in particular I want to focus on for a little discussion before we get into the main show. It is April Fool's Day. There was a whole bunch of game companies that did April Fool's jokes because that's what they do. But there was one that really stung because it was FDG Entertainment announced that they were doing a like a Quackshot sequel, basically. Quackshot was on the Genesis, and they said they were doing a new Quackshots game, and it was all hand-drawn, and it was done by the team who did Monster Boy, whatever it is. I don't remember. I never remember which one it is. But it was not the first hand-drawn one that came out on Switch. It was the second one. And it's something about Kingdom. But anyway, they tweeted that out, and then they said it was April Fool's, but actually it was a project they wanted to do, and they had pitched it to Disney, and for whatever reason, Disney turned it down. So everybody's really disappointed because the screenshots that they have or the artwork that they have look fantastic, and it would be a new hand-drawn 2D DuckTales game, and DuckTales has I don't want to say a long legacy, but DuckTales certainly has a legacy with older gamers because the original DuckTales NES game was fantastic and is still held in high regard today. And it was re-released as DuckTales Remastered through a collaboration with Capcom and Way Forward on the Wii U and the 360 and PS3 and other systems. Nikki Hill, you have that, right?
DuckTales?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never finished it. Like the very final boss fight or something, there's some jumping that I couldn't handle.
Oh, I got to jump now?
No, like, I don't know. For me, it was like the game, I could handle it, and then all of a sudden it ramped up a little too hard for me, and I just, like, I couldn't calm myself.
Well, that new... that level at the end is brand new, and it is the end of the game, so it's got to be a little more challenging.
I know, and so I didn't finish it.
Well, anyway, the DuckTales...
What is Quackshots? What is this?
Quackshot was on the Genesis. It's actually one of Vitamin G's favorite games.
What is it? You're just shooting?
Oh, you're Donald Duck and you shoot plungers. I don't remember a lot about it.
Is it a platformer, though?
Yeah, it's a platformer. And that's what this new game looked like pretty much. But yeah, Disney turned it down or wouldn't allow them the license, which is pretty mind-boggling to me because the third season of the DuckTales cartoon, the new one, is coming out today or this weekend sometime. And there's so many people who wouldn't watch the cartoon that would definitely play the game, and it would be a great bit of cross-promotion. But in my feature that I wrote, I said Disney might have cold feet because Disney themselves have had such bad luck bringing games out that do well. I mean, they had their 16-bit era games that did really well with partnerships with other companies, but then they tried to do their own thing a number of times and it just didn't sell that well. Like Epic Mickey wasn't a big hit and Epic Mickey 2 didn't do well.
I thought Epic Mickey was, but Epic Mickey 2 wasn't.
Epic Mickey wasn't a huge hit. It sold over 1 million. I know that, but it wasn't like, whatever Disney would consider like.
Who was the guy that made it though?
Warren Spector.
Warren Spector.
And then they had Disney Infinity, which was a big failure for them. It just didn't move units. And then they had a whole bunch of figurines that just piled up at stores because nobody really bought them. So they have tried numerous times to break into the game industry because obviously, they're like a mega power in the entertainment industry. They've had success in movies and TV and music, but they just can't make it work in games. So I think they just have cold feet a lot of the time when it comes to their stuff.
How are you?
Unless it's franchises that are more geared towards games like Star Wars or Marvel content, stuff like that. And they're not making those games. They're farming them out to other companies now. But yeah, when it comes to stuff like Disney created content like DuckTales, I guess they just didn't feel it was a fit. But hopefully with that April Fool's Day thing out there and word spreading and people being really upset that that's not real, maybe they will actually have a change of heart because it looked amazing, and I'm sure it would be a fantastic game. That's a really talented developer. And it just seems like a great idea, a great downloadable game, but whatever. I guess it's not happening. So yeah, check out that feature if you haven't. But that's that. Mom Brain,
Yes, my dear.
can I please have that iPad for a second?
Yeah, what is that last?
Because there's something else I want to.
Down there.
I want to discuss another topic before we get into news. So allow me to do this. Tonight is WrestleMania 36. Will John Cena defeat Bray Wyatt? Will Braun Strowman be able to take down Goldberg for the championship? Will Otis get back to... Will Otis prove his love for Mandy Rose? Find out tonight on WrestleMania. The only WrestleMania big enough... Or no, the only WrestleMania that's so big... God damn it, I can't say it right. The only WrestleMania that's too big for one night. That's it. No, we're not sponsored by WrestleMania, but it is exciting. And that weekend song is the the theme song of WrestleMania.
Is it really?
Yeah. If you are not a wrestling fan, but you're home in self-quarantine, you are most likely bored and looking for things to do. And WrestleMania 36 is tonight. And it's going to be unlike any other WrestleMania. First, because it takes place on 2 nights. Second, it's going to be empty. There's no people. They were supposed to have it at a huge stadium, but it's not going to be at the stadium anymore. It's going to be in a little empty arena.
Is anyone concerned that they're not staying at home?
Well,
they're out right now.
But they're only at their performance center in Florida. And I was saying to Mom Brain,
that's what you want to believe, though, right? But like they're probably going out to the stores just like everybody else.
Yes, but as I was saying to Mom Brain,
and if they're in Florida, maybe they're going to a mass or something.
I don't think so. But as I was saying to Mom Brain, they are doing extensive testing of their wrestlers throughout the day. They're monitoring their temperature.
That's not right either. We need to keep those tests for people who really need them.
No, not corona tests. They are testing people's temperatures to see if they are running anything near a fever, and they do it multiple times a day, and they only have essential personnel. So when a match is like going on, it's, as far as I know, 2 camera guys, the referee and the wrestlers, and those are the only ones in that vicinity. Everybody like Vince or whoever else are backstage, and still it's only like 3 or 4 people all together, and the people backstage are staying 6 feet apart, if not more. So they're going at nobody.
Still doing the virtual reality thing. That might be awkward for this.
As far as I know, no one in WWE has tested positive for coronavirus. I've only heard of one indie company where they had an issue, but I don't know the specifics on it, so I don't know if they're positive or not. But yes, they went out of their way to record stuff early. Like WrestleMania is already done; it's over for them. They recorded everything and they've edited it all. So it's going to be interesting. Again, if you're looking for something to do, even if you're not usually into this kind of thing, you know that we are, and it might be something fun to check out. It's going to be real unique, and also it's free. The network is free. You can get the WWE Network app for nothing for a month. You pay nothing. You just give it your credit card and make sure you cancel, but you don't have to actually pay anything. So watch it.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Barry's a fan. Watch it tonight and see what happens, and maybe you'll get into it. It should be fun.
Mine Without a Cause wants to know how much the WWE Network costs.
It is free, but regularly, I want to say $10
a month.
A month?
I think so.
I think that's it, which is insane in a good way, because if you were just buying WrestleMania off of pay-per-view, you would be paying $60. Like if you bought WrestleMania this weekend,
right, and
you bought both nights, you would pay $60. Or on the network, you would pay, if you have a subscription, $10. Or if you're getting it for the first time tonight, what was that noise? It would be free. Nothing. No dollars. $0.
$0.
Just again, you get a whole month free. Remember to cancel it. And again, we're not sponsored by WWE, but I thought it'd be fun to tell people out. All right, let's do some news, Mom Brain.
I'm coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Thank you. All right, so let's get into the discussion of this rumored collection of Super Mario games that's coming to Switch. You might
playing in my game.
You might remember back in the day that Nintendo did a collection of Mario games for the Super Nintendo that was called Super Mario All-Stars. It had Super Mario 1, 2, and 3, and it also had Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels, which is actually Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan, but we got the port of Doki Doki Panic with Mario characters in it. All the games had revamped visuals and audio, and it was all on one cartridge. So the rumor is Nintendo is working on another compilation of Mario games for the Switch to celebrate Mario's 35th anniversary. And the internal name for this project is Super Mario All-Stars 2. We don't know if it'll actually come out with that name, but
That was 25. That was 10 years ago, huh?
Super Mario All-Stars?
Yeah.
No, more than that.
No.
Yes. Super
could it
Mario
be more than
All-Stars
that?
came out on the Super Nintendo.
No. Not. I mean the Super Mario Anniversary Edition.
Oh, the one on Wii, yeah.
That was 25 years ago, or 25. So it was 10 years ago. Had to have been.
Sorry, I was pulling the collection off my shelf. Yep. That was the 25th anniversary, 1985 to 2010.
I bought two of those, and I saved one, and the price of them went up really fast because they were limited editions, and then they were like, you know what, these are selling really well. We're going to make more. And the price of them went down really fast.
Well, have you looked lately?
I haven't, but I just found my second unopened copy. So if anybody's looking for it for a Wii, you know,
we actually have a top
system these days.
We have a top story about the Wii later today.
Yeah.
So yeah, the rumor is this is going to include Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. Those are specifically mentioned in there. I don't know why they would do Galaxy and not Galaxy 2 as well. Hopefully they do that. I don't know why you would do only 3 games when the original had 4, so we don't know the full details yet, but this isn't one of those rumors where it's like a friend of a friend said this and his uncle works at Nintendo. This is multiple inside sources who are very high up on the food chain, like Eurogamer and stuff like that. I'd say this is definitely a done deal. We just don't know what games are going to be included, and it's going to release this year, obviously. I would imagine we'll find out about it during E3 time. I'm sure we would have found out about it at E3, but we don't know what Nintendo's plans are anymore now that E3 is not going on, at least traditionally. I'm sure they'll do something around that time, but we don't know specifics. We have also heard that to celebrate Mario's 35th anniversary, there will be a brand new Paper Mario game, but this Paper Mario game is going to go back to the series roots. So if you're a fan of the original Paper Mario on 64 or Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door on GameCube, it sounds like this game is going to be up your alley. And I appreciate that because I like a Paper Mario that's more focused on story and characters with a bit of the traditional Paper Mario style RPG stuff. And we haven't gotten that in a while. Yes, Mom Brain.
Solid Master Link wants us to know Mario Galaxy was ported to NVIDIA Shield in 1080p, so it's already ported to the Tegra chip.
Yes, we talked about that in one of our features because I was saying the port came out on the NVIDIA Shield, and obviously that doesn't have an IR pointer, and that's a handheld system, and they mapped the Wiimote icon or the Wiimote reticle to the second analog stick, and
that is not correct.
It is correct. And obviously it doesn't work out too well because, you know, on the Wii version you would be pointing at the TV screen and have fluid movement. On the NVIDIA version you are using a joystick to control the reticle while you're also controlling Mario, so it's not anywhere near as good. But everything all right over there?
Blah, 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 blah. Me?
Yeah, you.
I just put the volume up a little bit because I felt like I was already tuning out.
So, yeah, hopefully if they do bring this over, it's going to have...
I wasn't listening.
Both of you, thank you. Some other kind of control option.
I don't want to be here.
But yes, rumored Paper Mario is going to be a brand new Paper Mario that goes back to the series roots. And then on top of that, as we said, a Switch port of Super Mario 3D World, which we hear is being called Super Mario 3D World Deluxe, which makes sense because New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe came to the Switch. So, and our sources...
That also opens us up for a definitive edition still.
Super Mario 3D
Oh, no, wait,
World
no, they do deluxes. You're right. Sorry.
Deluxe Definitive Edition. Well, they're doing Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. That comes out in May. And we're hearing that Super Mario 3D World Deluxe will include new levels as well as other content. So it's not just a straightforward point. Just like New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe had new characters and power-ups in it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Nintendo's not going to let Mario's 35th anniversary go without some kind of huge celebration. So multiple games makes sense. How do I say this? Sajimewtwo says, can't wait for the Hotel Mario and Mario is Missing remasters. But seriously, it'd be great to remaster Sunshine. The game was good if not for the camera issues and bad voice acting, especially for Bowser. Also, a remaster of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door would be amazing. A remake of Super Mario 64 would be insane.
We'll just have to wait and see.
We will just have to wait and see, Josh. The only thing in there is the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. There's no discussion or rumors of a port of that, but instead a new Paper Mario. So yeah, we'll find out, I'm sure, some of this stuff in a month or so, probably, or a couple months.
I've only done. Sorry, you didn't ask me.
No, go ahead. I want to hear.
I've only played Super Paper Mario.
I really liked Super Paper Mario.
Yeah,
I
liked it because it wasn't as RPG-ish. I mean, I never tried the other Paper Marios, but
yeah, what the hell? Is there any really RPG element to Super Paper Mario? You jump on people's heads, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I think you do. There are power-ups and stuff that you choose.
Whoa. Sorry. The iPhone thought I said SIRI, but I said, seriously.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, I think there are your power-ups and stuff like that.
But there's no turn-based battles or anything, from what I remember.
No.
I remember really liking that game. I remember, the shifting mechanic, turning the perspective. I remember that was the big hook of the game.
Yeah.
All right.
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
Why are we doing that?
Just felt like it.
Niantic has been reworking Pokemon Go features due to the coronavirus to allow people to play at home, because they don't want people going out, just like we should be. We should be at home, hanging there, being safe. So Niantic has been doing a really good job with reworking Pokemon Go to allow players to stay at home and still be able to play. They've been changing pretty much how everything works. So, to be completely honest, Niantic is really impressing me with how quickly they've turned around on Pokemon Go as far as making sure players can enjoy the game while at home. And people are doing that, because last week we talked about how the game's revenue went up in a week because people are playing at home, and they just keep adding in new features or tweaking the existing features to make sure people can play at home. So they put out a whole list of what's to come and what they're doing to make sure you can get the most of the game while staying at home. They say they're looking into how they can help players virtually visit and share memories about their favorite real-world places until they can once again visit them in person. They also say they're reimagining what it means to participate in a Niantic Live event this summer and putting their creative energy towards bringing the excitement directly to your home. So they're going to work on an entirely new way to enjoy Pokemon Go Fest, and they say details are coming soon.
Pokemon Stay.
That's right.
Ooh.
So, yeah, if you want to read the whole blurb, it's a thing from Niantic's blog. I just think it's really cool. Obviously, they want to do it because they want to make sure the game continues to be popular and people are hanging out on it and spending money, yes, but they're really going above and beyond. And obviously, I guess they kind of have to, because you shouldn't be leaving your house right now. But still, they like the levels of features they've put in here and the comforts they're adding for players is really nice. I understand they have to do it. I understand they do it to make money, but also it's nice to see how quickly the turnaround was on that. Mr. Crystal says, looking forward to playing Pokemon Stay.
Whoa.
You two should hang out together. What were you going to say?
I don't think I was aware. Niantic made the Harry Potter Wizard Unites game too?
They did, yes. Yeah, that blog talks about what they're changing for that too.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they did that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
their
I am impressed.
that's their bread and butter. Those kind of games. Have you played that?
No,
I haven't
I haven't
either.
played Pokemon Go either, but like, I just didn't realize that they did that. I thought somebody kind of like copied their, format or
No, that was
structure.
them. I don't know how well that game is doing. I don't know if there's a lot of people playing. I don't really hear people talking about it. I don't know.
But you're also not looking very hard for it.
Well, I mean, I follow Niantic a lot. I go to their blog every single day. So,
How do you look up if a game is popular?
well, you could do a Google search.
That's not possible.
Go ahead. Search is Harry Potter, whatever it's called, popular. And Google will say yes or no, and that's the end of it. Mom Brain, I was talking to you about this earlier in the week.
Okay.
Animal Crossing New Horizons, where you've been spending a lot of your time while at home.
My evenings. After dinner, I make dinner. We eat.
I eat dinner. I lay down in the bed I made in the living room, and I play Animal Crossing.
That is not an exaggeration. I did, in fact, make a bed in the middle
Yeah,
of a lady like that.
needs to be printed out and framed.
I'll shutterfly that.
It's unbelievable.
I'll shutterfly it onto a blanket.
I have
and then
never
we can cover
seen
up with it.
your likeness captured so well in rat form. It's unbelievable.
Well, I mean, have you ever seen me captured in rat form anyway? I mean, this is the gold standard now.
I can't say that I haven't pictured you as a rat before, but
Really?
but his depiction of it.
That's I a lady?
That's enough. Well, anyway, Animal Crossing New Horizons. Lots of people are playing it. All right, that's enough. There's one person who was like, you know what? I'm going to offer up my expertise in making some designs in Animal Crossing New Horizons. You want something made? I will do it because I'm an expert. All you got to do is pay me a little money. So if you go to this guy's island in the game, he's got two basically placemats outside of the front of his house. And they have QR codes for WeChat and Alipay because he is a Chinese player. And those are ways to pay him real life money. So you scan the QR code and you pay him whatever amount to make whatever you have talked about making. So if you want, I don't know, a fancy dress or a lovely hat or whatever it may be, and you don't have the time, or the patience or the skill to do it, just pay this guy a couple whatevers and he'll make it for you.
So whatevers. I just want to say hello to Ratmandu82. Says she. They are a long time caller, first time listener.
First time listener. Hi, Ratmandu. I think this is really cool. I don't know how Nintendo feels about it. It seems like the kind of thing where Nintendo would be like, "We got to take that down." I don't know if they have. I haven't seen any reports that they have, but it seems like the kind of thing Nintendo would be against. But boy, is it ingenious. It's they're putting in work. They're making a digital product. There's plenty of other games where people make digital content and sell it for real world money. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. Certainly not. I'm sure there's people who are going to exploit it in some way. If there was some kind of, I don't know, unified platform where it was regulated and you could like make sure somebody you're working with isn't going to just take your money and run, that'd be great. But, I don't know how many people are actually going to set up a digital shop in Animal Crossing. That this is something we'll have to worry about. But it is a cool idea. I really like it.
I just want to jump back in and say something real quick about Harry Potter. It looks like somebody named Stefro89 gave it 4 stars.
The Stefro?
Machiavelli 71 gave it 2 stars. Callie 527 gave it 4 stars. Appledas gave it 1 star. So, very mixed reviews.
It's all over
I don't
the
know
place.
How that means it's doing well. But
I need to know. I can't trust the reviews until I know what house they're in because, I'm not going to take the opinion of a Slytherin person as much as I would a Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
And there's Ravenclaw, and then there's...
It also shows, like, revenue, but I don't know if that's...
Thank you.
Completely up-to-date revenue. This is called Sensor Tower.
Yeah, Sensor Tower is the one to go to for mobile data.
So it says downloads 80,000 in February 2020. I don't know if that's 80,000 altogether or 80,000 just for February.
Well, either way, I would say that's not good. Even if it's a month total, I would say that's not good.
Oh, come on.
I wouldn't.
Don't be so harsh.
Miss Unfortunate says, think that's crazy. Someone is legit selling QR codes for nudes. A part of me wonders just how long until Nintendo starts to issue cease and desist to people selling Animal Crossing New Horizons QR codes. Well, I haven't heard about this other person that is selling QR codes for nudes. I'm sure Nintendo would be against that in Animal Crossing, without a doubt. We don't need to talk.
Spoken.
The Outer Worlds has finally gotten a release date on a Switch. It was delayed for a while, but now we know when it's coming. You can look forward to picking it up.
What about this other story you skipped?
I just said I was going to skip it. We covered everything in there.
Okay.
It's the Mario story.
Yeah.
The Outer Worlds is going to come out June 5th, digitally and physically. There will be a day one patch that's going to be up to 6 gigs. So that's something worth noting, whether either way, if you're doing digital or physical release. So
that's a patch?
Yes.
That's a pretty big hole that they got to patch.
Well, to tell you the honest truth, compared to other platforms, that's a small size day one patch, which is crazy. But yeah, it's important to point out nonetheless. So if you're going to go digital, your download is going to be 6 gigs bigger at least than you thought it was going to be. But if you're going physical, you're still going to need some space to download this big patch.
Although it's coming out June 5th, huh?
Yes, June 5th.
Hopefully, we'll already be living in Outer Worlds and be done with our inner world living by then.
Mike in Television says 6 gigs is large, but much better than the original 30 plus gigs of the download only. Yes, that is something to point out as well. Either way, you're going to need space, so make sure you plan accordingly. And who the hell knows what kind of patches are going to come out after that will also be big in scale. Have
you
not
played this game?
Oh, wow. I was just going to say, I haven't played this game because I've been waiting for the Switch, the Switch version on purpose. I really want to play it, but I was like, you know what? I'll hold out for the Switch version. And then it got delayed, and I was like, but now June's not that far off. We're in April. Yeah, that's not far. June 5th. It's the beginning of June.
That far.
Huh?
Nothing.
Did you say if we make it that far?
Maybe.
Well, I plan on making it. I'm going to be in the house.
Time, monster.
Wow. I did not make this a top story, so I'm skipping it. We have a rumor that one of Nintendo's development servers has been hacked. I'm just mentioning it in passing because I have reached out to a point of contact at Nintendo, and they are checking up on it and going to provide a statement. So we don't know the specifics. We don't even know if it's 100% true. That's why it's marked rumor. But I've contacted someone, and they are going to get me a statement. So hopefully this week we will have that answer. So anything you hear about that is all rumor and speculation for right now.
Can you hear my neighbor's music?
No. What are they playing?
I don't know. They play classic rock. He pulls into his driveway with his doors on his vehicle open, and he's just blasting music if he's the only guy in the neighborhood.
Maybe he thinks you like it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like the neighborhood dad, and that's how you know he's...
Last night I was listening to Bela Fleck and his wife play on Facebook. They did a little Banjo House Lockdown concert, the third one, and the last song I was listening, I couldn't even hear it. I had my phone sitting like next to me with the volume all the way up, and I couldn't even hear it because he was blasting music so loud.
In his car?
Yeah. Like, I don't know if he's sitting in it or he's just had the music playing. And it was at like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I just don't understand why he's just sitting in his car and playing it. So.
Usually he's doing it like sometimes when he pulls up and he's been playing music and he's just sitting there waiting for the music to finish. But then sometimes he's working out of his garage and he just has all the doors and everything open. And
maybe he just hates everyone in the neighborhood.
PC would like everyone to know that she finds it rude that Nikki Hill can be on by phone because of the corona, but she never had this option the whole time.
Well, these are extenuating circumstances, aren't they? I don't want this to be the normal, but this is the new normal for right now.
It's not the new normal. It's the temporary normal.
I mean, it's new, is it not?
but it's temporary.
The new irregular
No.
and a
That sounds
temporary.
The new irregular sounds like diarrhea or something.
No, they're my favorite band.
I think the proper response to that would be.
Hey. All right. Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive play is being ruined because of bad actors out there. So you go online. You're a Pokemon trainer. You want to be the best.
Is it Hayden Christensen?
Oh, because he's a bad actor. Like, come on, man. Let the guy. He didn't have.
Is it Nicolas Cage? Who would you say?
Not even close.
Hayden Christensen didn't exactly have quality content to work with there, and I can't name another movie I've seen him in.
All right, well then name a bad actor.
All right, we can do this. Name a bad actor. Steven Seagal.
Oh, come on.
He's great for how bad he is, but he's a bad actor.
No? What, ma'am? No.
Mark Wahlberg is not a bad actor, but he has performed poorly in some movies. Yes. I don't think Steven Seagal is a bad answer. He's a bad actor.
I mean, he definitely is a bad actor.
But that's what makes him great.
Ooh, Doom Eternal, says Jimmy Fallon.
Now, what movies has he? Oh, well, he's been on Saturday Night Live where he's acting, quote unquote, and he was in that movie with Queen Latifah, which I didn't see, but I would imagine it. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to belittle the movie by not naming its name, Nikki Hill. I know you're the #1 Taxi fan. Maybe we should do that for movie night when we get back to movie night. Taxi.
Let's do movie night this way.
We could do it this way. Anyway, Pokemon trainers are
Steel Diver says Fever Pitch.
Are battling online.
Steel Diver says it twice.
And when they are in a battle and they end up losing the battle, the winner gets points and moves up in the rankings. The loser loses points and goes down in the rankings. Except some people decide that they just don't want to do that. So what do? They hit their power button on their Switch at exactly the right time to disconnect after losing a match. And if they do it correctly, the loser doesn't lose any points. But even worse, the winner doesn't get the points that they earned either, which
What's wrong with you?
Terrible.
This is the oldest game in the book.
Are you saying you do this?
No, but it's nothing new. It's just now we have social media, so it's all public knowledge.
Well, I mean,
everybody gets all offended.
Well, all right.
We've all had a problem with this in the past. We'd always get upset, like doing races and stuff, and people would quit because they weren't doing well, or even playing locally. People would like throw the match, but I don't know. Now it's top news, whatever, top story.
Wow. All right. I guess so. You're siding with the bad guys, is what you're saying.
Top story. No, I'm not. I'm not saying it's acceptable, but it's just this. It's old news. This should be in the old news setting, not top news.
This is a new method that players are using to do this, which we are making everyone aware, because obviously if you're playing online and this happens, you won't get any points. And you're like, what the hell's going on here? So
what are they doing? They're unplugging their Switch? You can't unplug it.
They are pushing the power button to disconnect the Switch at a specific time after losing the match.
Yeah. What was the game that we were playing that like they actually combated that when people would like quit the game before losing? I don't know. Wasn't it like if you quit the game, like you got an automatic loss or something like that?
I mean, there's been games, I just don't remember specifically.
No.
I'd have to go back and look. First comment comes from Storbas.
There's not a lot of games to look through.
Storbas Corbin. And they say, if the community is large enough, any exploit will be used by some. It's a good thing this is being discussed online so they can fix the issue. Hopefully they do fix it soon, because I would imagine there's even more people playing right now than usual, and you don't want to deal with this when you're trying to play legitimately and be the best Pokemon trainer and not someone who should be working for Team Rocket.
I also would do that when I was playing Professor Layton. I'd save the game and then I'd go to do a puzzle and I'd get it wrong a million times, and then I'd finally figure out the puzzle, and then I'd restart the game where I saved it and then get the puzzle right first time. I saved so many coins.
That
boy,
story
so
was boring
no
and
wonder
dumb.
you're acting like this, because you're one of them.
I'm not one of those. I did this. I wasn't competing with anybody except myself. I am the only one. I'm the loser in that case.
You're the winner, though.
Yeah, but I'm also the loser. I'm the losing winner. I'm the winning loser.
All right, we got to do our plugs. Mom Brain, can you take care of that? We will be back in less than a minute.
I can't talk, right?
You can't talk.
Hey, Benito. I've been reading the Bible lately, and nobody ever told me how many talking dogs and wizard battles were in this thing.
Well, Chris, you know what I always say. If you can understand Star Wars, you can understand the Bible.
Apocrypals, part of the Greenlit Podcast Network.
Hey, do you enjoy your commute but want to make it a little worse?
It's real dumb. We hate ourselves.
Hey guys, you ever like something? Well, you won't in this case.
Men Like That. A podcast.
Thanks, Mom Brain. I really appreciate it. That was a great job.
Wow. I mean,
Probably the best anyone has ever done.
I don't want to insult that second one, but not many people are commuting these days.
Well, you can
gotta-
listen to your podcast other places. I've been listening to podcasts while I work from home.
They got to update their plug.
Maybe you just want to sit down and listen to one in your home. You just.
What podcast have you been listening to?
I listen to the H3 podcast every week.
I know you've talked about that, but I don't remember what it is. Mom Brain, have you been listening, or you just been playing Animal Crossing?
I've been doing a lot of teaching from home.
Oh, right.
And then when if I'm not running, obviously I can't talk on the phone while I'm running. But if I go out for a walk, I'm on the phone, calling family to make sure everybody's doing all right. And I used to listen to podcasts when I ran, but I don't really anymore. I was, what was the one that I listened to all the time from NPR? I forget the
All
name of it.
things considered.
No, it's a good one too. Dang it. I forget what it's called, but it's just like stories. Just real true stories.
True story.
And I forget what it's called, but it's fantastic. And I listened to Dirty John, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Which was great. But I don't really. Oh, and then there's a girl, Whitney Catalano, who does an anti-diet culture podcast that's pretty good.
Very good.
Thanks, Mom Brain. North America, this week's releases. What do we got here? We got Good Job, which was a surprise announced during last week's Nintendo Direct Mini and launched right after it. That is available. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order Expansion Pass, Fantastic Four, Shadow of Doom is available. Also new this week, Cat Girl Without Salad, Amuse Bouche.
Woo!
Amuse Bouche. It is so that is a game that WayForward made a long time ago, and they made it as an April Fool's joke. The game was just crazy, and everybody's like, "Yeah, that's a funny April Fool's joke," and they're like, "Yeah, it is," and even funnier, it's real. And now they brought it to Switch on April Fool's Day. So,
Meow.
also available, Convoy, a tactical roguelike, Curious Expedition, Disaster Report 4, Summer Memories, Drift Zone Arcade, Galaxy of Pen and Paper +1 edition, Grim Valor, or Grim Valor, Horror Bundle Volume 1, Hyper Parasite, In Other Waters, Junk Jack, Lost Artifacts, Masm, Jekyll and Hyde, Pen and Paper Games Bundle, Pocket Harvest, Random Heroes Gold Edition, Rascal Fight, Snaky Bus, The Otterman Empire, Otterman, Tower Tale. I just want to make it clear that it is Otterman. Ubongo and Word Herd. Those are your North American releases for this week.
What was the game that just came out that's just like Good Job? Moving Out? Moving Up? Moving In? Moving?
Moving Out has a demo. It's not out yet. And
but it's very similar, right?
Moving Out is more about transferring packages from one point to another without trying to break things, whereas Good Job is more about solving puzzles. You're the boss's son at an office, and it's like the internet's down. Rewire the internet.
And it's you can break as much as you want.
Yes, basically because you're the boss.
There's a penalty.
That's what, honestly, I'm going to talk about it later, but that's what makes the game so great. You're the boss's son, and everybody else at work just cleans up after your mistakes and pretends like everything you're doing is normal, which makes it great. Autumnal Blake says, all my free time goes to Animal Crossing for now. Yeah, I would imagine you're not the only one in that circumstance. Mom Brain.
Yes.
Can you please play us that sweet, sweet jingle? Can you stop sniffing?
What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nikki's sweet releases.
I texted it to you right now just in case you didn't have it, Nikki Hill.
What? No, I'm looking at the website.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're good to go.
Can I just make a comment though, real quick?
Sure.
I'm sorry if I'm sniffing. I'm wearing earbuds with a microphone that's near my face, and there's also a pandemic going on, and I'm sniffing, and you're giving me guff for it.
It's also allergy season.
It's allergies. It's cold. Like the temperature swings are out of control. Out of control. But that being said, I'll try to sniff less for you.
Thank you.
And do me a favor. Belch more, please.
You got it.
Thank you. Oh, that makes me feel like I'm there. So the European downloads for the week of April 2. April 2. Asphalt 9 Legends. High Gear Bundle. Nirvana Pilot Yume. Is Yume the name?
I would say Yume.
Chapio. Did I say that right?
No, you didn't.
Chapu. Chapeau.
Chapeau.
Word
hat,
heard.
isn't it?
Yes, it's a game about hats.
Cat. Hat. In French, chapeau.
I don't know what's happening.
Word heard. Stones of the Revenant. Oh, here's a word for you. Operentia.
That's what I would say.
The Stolen Sun. The Complex. That's what Nikki Hill has.
It's a rough time for the Complex right now. It's subject matter. I don't know if is something people want to dive into. And it's a full motion video game too. It looks really cool. I'm interested in it, but I think it's gonna have a tough time finding an audience.
Is this a comment about me right now, Malakalo? One eternity later. Zombie Army Trilogy, also content we don't necessarily want to look at right now. Or talk about. Totally Reliable Delivery Service.
Now, see, that is like moving out. How funny is it that two games about like moving boxes are coming out within like weeks of each other?
I mean, that happens with movies all the time, and that stuff's crazy. Like exact content is the same, like a biopic about somebody, and then a fiction pick about somebody. So, what's the next one? World Strike, that's still all the same thing. Total Reliable Delivery Service Deluxe Edition. Woo Room. Cat Girl Without Salad. Amuse Bouche. I know how to say that because you said it. Rascal Fight. Pocket Harvest. That's kind of. Masm. Jekyll and Hyde. Junk Jack. That's also kind of a funny name.
You skipped Horror Bundle Volume 1.
Oh, for some reason I thought that was part of Jekyll and Hyde. So Horror Bundle Volume 1. That includes Paranautical Activity, Uncanny Valley, and Slain. Back from Hell.
Very good.
Snaky Bus, I said. Curious Expedition. What's that about? Tell me. Never mind. Lost Artifacts. Arcade Archives, The Tin Star. Batman, the Telltale series Shadows Edition bundle. Batman, The Enemy Within Shadows Edition bundle. Desktop Basketball. Random Heroes Gold Edition. Drift Zone Arcade. Hyper Parasite. Another timely release. In Other Waters, Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger, HD.
And you skipped Super Space Snake, but that's okay.
Where's Super Space Snake?
In between Desktop Baseball and Random Heroes.
Oh, look at that. I skipped Super Space Snake.
Thank you, Nikki Hill. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate being here.
First
Did you
comment.
know you can play Tetris for free on Tetris.com?
We did, Josh. Thank you. Steven Tendo says, I wrote you a really nice comment last week, but you decided to skip this story. Sophie's Animal Crossing birthday. You son of a bee. Not going to repeat my kind words, but I will restate my offer to up my Patreon pledge if Mom Brain starts up a daily or even weekly Animal Crossing Let's Play. Well, Mom Brain, the ball's in your court.
I mean, for right now, I got time for that business.
And that comment bleeds into our next story, which is about Animal Crossing New Horizons. Mom Brain, are you a stock market player?
I mean, I bought turnips last week, and I might have been greedy. I could have sold them for a profit on like Tuesday, but I hung in there. And yesterday they were at the lowest they could be. So today's my last day to sell them. So I'm going to have to sell them, and I'm hoping that I can sell at a profit.
Well,
wait, this is in Animal Crossing?
Yeah, Animal Crossing. A few of the installments have had the stock market, which is about
and this is where you
buying and selling turnips.
On Sundays, you can buy turnips. And
Potentially for some big bells.
yeah, and then all week long you can check on the price of turnips at the store.
Over in Japan, where they are also dealing with the coronavirus and there's self-quarantine, there is a former Japanese broadcaster who used to report on stock market data as part of his job for his news program. And he has taken up at home reporting on the stock market data as well as the stock market data. He does both in a report that he puts out on Twitter. So it's him playing the game, going into Tom Nook's shop and seeing what's up with the stock market and spreading the information. But yes, plenty of people are playing the stock market, and they're traveling to all different kinds of islands to get the best prices possible. And there are virtual lines that you have to wait in hours for because people are waiting to go to specific islands where people are making a lot of bells off of their turnips. And the people who have those islands, word spreads online, and they leave their gates open for hours on end, and people just come and go to make bells. And they are leaving those people bells in return to say, like, thanks for leaving your gate open. Here's some bells. One guy made 2 million bells playing the stock market.
Well, A. Beaverhausen said, my turnip prices were 400 plus on Tuesday, and I had a whole Discord server raiding my town to sell them.
And one of the people who left their gate open in the course of 8 hours also made 2 million bells just from people leaving bells to say thank you.
Now, how does that translate to real dollars?
1 bell is $1. I don't know. I got no idea.
I mean,
there is none.
I mean, I guess, my like mortgage on my house in Animal Crossing right now is like, I think it's about the same as the mortgage on our house.
So then there you go. 1 bell is $1.
I mean, but that's my,
Yes.
it's a house with a room.
It's also a great mortgage because you pay back when you feel like it. You don't ever have to pay.
Yeah.
So I just think that's great that people are willing to spend all that time just waiting online to go into an island and cash in big. But then you could buy a whole bunch of stuff that you want and invest in other things. So
wait, is your mortgage on your house in Animal Crossing or the whole island?
Just your house.
Oh, okay.
Golf Dude says, my Nook shop has been busy ripping me off. The price has gone down every day for 2 weeks now. It's down all the way to 17. I have never seen it get this low in any other game before. Well, it sounds like you got to travel to somebody else's island, my friend.
Sounds like the real world right now.
So yeah, if you're looking to make...
Is there a toilet paper shortage in Animal Crossing?
You don't even use toilet paper.
You use turnips.
You have a toilet, but you don't use toilet. You have a toilet and you don't even pull your pants down.
You gotta eat more turnips so that you can have a sharper butt. Butthole.
You can eat fruit in the game to make you stronger, to like break rocks and stuff like that. But sometimes you don't want to break rocks. Sometimes you don't want to chop down a tree. You want to just shake them. So to get rid of your excess energy, you go to the toilet and poop it out. But you don't see any poop. and there's no toilet paper.
You
But
just sit on the toilet and it says like, "Ooh, that takes care of that."
yeah, you see the energy meter drop.
I mean, that's what I say when I go.
Microsoft and Nintendo have a good relationship. A number of Microsoft exclusive games have made their way to the Switch, but it sounds like that might be stopping, even though their relationship remains good. Microsoft's Phil Spencer talked to IGN Unlocked about the relationship between them and Nintendo, and he had this to say. The relationship with Nintendo is great. Doug Bowser and I, we talk often. Furukawa-san, the CEO of Nintendo, and I know each other well, and we have conversations. I will say that I think the individual IP by IP to different platforms, I can see kind of get confusing to customers over time. We've been learning some of our development partners have really wanted to go do this, and we want to support the desires of our creative talent. Some of this has been partner-led. I think more and more about what does a full Xbox experience mean on different platforms. Right now, it seems like when any game comes out, there's that, is this one here going? Nope. Is this one going here? Is this one going there? I'd rather be able to set more of an Xbox level expectation for fans on where things are going to go. I thought we did that with our first party when we talked about games shipping on Xbox and PC, and I got some blowback from certain people and certain groups on that, but at least we set an expectation. I'd rather see us get to that point on the different pieces of hardware we're on, so I guess I'll kind of leave it there. I definitely have a ton of respect for that role that Nintendo plays, and I love having great games on their platform. I don't really love this idea that for every one of our games, there becomes this little rumor on, is it going to end up on the Switch or not? I feel we should set a better expectation with our fans. So, yeah, they certainly have gotten to the point now where a number of games come out on Xbox One or whatever, and everybody's like, is it going to come to Switch? Like Ori and the Blind Forest. Everybody's like, well, the first one's on Switch. Is this going to come to Switch? So, Mr. Spencer is getting a little tired of that question popping up. So I would imagine their relationship with Nintendo is going to cool down a bit as far as bringing games over goes. And I mean, it makes sense because they're focusing on Xbox Series X, and that's going to be, if everything stays as it is, launching later this year. So they want to get people on that platform and not have them asking about what one of their games is going to go over to a competitor's platform. Drew says, I'm grateful anytime we get them. No need to port bag a direct competitor. Yeah, I mean, you know, I can't fault people for asking because we've seen it happen a number of times, and now they want to see if it's going to happen with a game that they're interested in. So I can't fault people with that. Nintendo says Switch production is the situation remains the same basically. So that means they're still having trouble making units. Nintendo says we didn't mention the Switch Lite because there was still enough stock in the market at the time of publication in February. But the point that many of its parts are made in China is the same. We are doing various efforts inside the company. Although shipments haven't stagnated, they're getting delayed. So they are still making units. Obviously, they're not making enough to deal with the rush of people that want them right now because it's hard to find a Switch and a Switch Lite. So they are coming. They're just going to take more time because they don't have the same production capacity that they had before all this happened. So there's going to be a lull. It's going to be hard to find one for a while. First comment comes from Drew, and he says they are back in stock at Best Buy. GameStop also has their forced bundles, which is so annoying. So you can't just buy it. Already. You can't buy a Switch.
Tell me about it.
You can't buy a Switch Lite. You have to buy it in their forced bundle, which is like a Switch Lite and an eShop card and a screen protector for like $289, or a Switch and a Pro controller and an eShop card and Animal Crossing for $450, something like that. They just, you know, GameStop's being GameStop. So you can get them, but not at the price that you want.
Talk to your boy.
Reggie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Reggie has to say about that.
And all of a sudden now it's a bundle of a Switch Lite and a Bigfoot pizza from 1990 something.
My body is ready.
Well, it's not the Bigfoot anymore. What is it, Mombri?
No, I'm saying it's a Bigfoot from back when he was still working.
I know, but they got basically a Bigfoot now, but it's not called a Bigfoot.
I want the ones from the original ones.
Well, I
Vintage.
guess Reggie's got to make those now. He makes them in his own kitchen.
Traded in. They traded them in at GameStop, and now they're reselling them.
Maybe we should go do some P Hut takeout.
No, There's no reason to
Stimulate the local
we don't
economy.
need to leave the house to get Pizza Hut. Like, that's not an important thing. Supermarket, sure. Pizza Hut, no. If there was a close Pizza Hut, maybe.
I'll make homemade pizza tonight.
No.
What?
We have the other Freshetta.
I would like to eat homemade pizza. Thank you.
Okay. Virtuous.
Don't let him have any, Mom Brain.
That's the plan.
Virtuous, which has ported a number of titles from other platforms to Switch, says that they're ready to do the same with Xbox Series X and PS5. Virtuous's Elijah Freeman says, we believe that 2020 will be the year of game-centric development, where players will expect as standard a consistency of experience with their favorite games. With the launch of the new Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 this year, developers need to strategize and plan for the game experience to be consistent across all platforms. At Virtuous, we are charged up and full of talent that is ready to help bring these new games to the Switch. So Virtuous has put their name out there, and they said, you're making a game for Xbox Series X, you're making a game for PS5, well, we'll help you port it to Switch. So
Wow.
I'm going to be curious to see what the first game is.
That's a tall order, isn't it? Like, do they even know? I mean, I guess they know the specs, right?
Yeah. For all we know, they're working.
Like, they're saying they're already saying it's possible.
Yeah, I'm sure they're doing it already. Yeah, of course it's possible. It's the same crap that I say all the time. It may not look as pretty, but you can do it. Like, you can
do it. Who's Virtuous? What do they do?
They did a whole bunch. They did Dark Souls. I know that for sure. I'd have to look up other games, but they've done a good amount on Switch. Yeah, there's going to be things that. What's the matter?
Mine Without a Cause wants to know two things. One, have you guys ever had Detroit style pizza? I'm not sure what that is.
Cold.
But I don't. What?
It's cold.
It's so cold in the day.
Shallow pan pizza, usually with brick or Munster mixed with the mozzarella.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Mozzarella.
Also, Mine Without a Cause wants to know, are breadsticks served with cheese dip in New Jersey? And I said no.
They are not. We don't get breadsticks anywhere but Pizza Hut, to tell you the truth.
Kevin. Oh.
Wow. Put this guy on the phone and he doesn't know what to say. Yes, Michael?
They did BioShock. Did you say that?
I did not. No, but BioShock's not out yet, so I didn't remember it.
Yeah, but it says the collection to Switch library. So they're doing the port of BioShock.
They're doing the port of all three BioShocks then. Infinite,
Correct,
BioShock, and BioShock 2.
Well, 2K and Virtuous add BioShock the collection to Switch library.
There you go.
Boom.
Digless says, that's awesome. Or do they have inside information about a Switch Pro? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think people, if somebody was like, we're excited about Xbox Series X and PS5 games, and we're going to be here to port them to the Super Nintendo, then you'd be like, okay, that's not going to work. But switch to those systems, especially in the earlier gen of those systems, there's not going to be games that really push the platform to its limits. So yes, with expectations in check, I'm sure you'll be able to port over some of those games. All of them, maybe not, but I would say the bulk of them within the first 2 or 3 years, yes. With some concessions, you could bring over to the Switch. And then finally, as I promised earlier, we're talking about the Wii. The Switch is hard to find. The Switch Lite is hard to find. Ring Fit Adventure is hard to find. If you want to get these games, you have to go through resellers, which are asking for triple, if not more, the regular retail price, which is crazy. Well, turns out the same thing is starting to happen with Wii Sports. In the last month, Wii Sports has gone from roughly $10 on the reseller market to $30 right now.
I'm interested in this.
So people who liked Wii Sports and are stuck at home and remember the fond times of playing Wii Sports with their family are probably out to buy another copy because they don't have theirs or whatever.
That's great. Yeah. It didn't come with all of the Wii units.
Did it?
At first it came with all the Wiis, right?
I guess eventually at some point it didn't, yeah.
That was like here's how you play with this system.
I don't know if they ever stopped doing that.
They probably sold it without, and then they were selling it, because I remember they were selling it individually.
Yeah.
No! Did they sell it individually? Somebody from the site made us game cases.
Yeah. There were other regions where they sold it individually. Not
okay.
here, not that I remember ever. I thought the only way you could get it individually was like if you went into GameStop and picked up a used copy. So yeah, $30, which I'm sure is only going to go up. It makes sense. It's a great family game. I mean, you can have bowling nights alone, and that'd be worth it. So I think it's a good idea. So if you have your copy of Wii Sports, it might go up in value. Or if you want a copy of Wii Sports, you better buy it now because it's only going to get more expensive, I would imagine, as the month continues on. First comment comes from Drew, and Drew says Wii Sports Club on Wii U was already an HD remake of the original. Time for another port. I said, yeah, it's time for Nintendo to bring it to Switch because the Switch is selling so well. Why not put it on there? But yes, Wii Sports was on Wii U as Wii Sports Club, which I loved. The only problem was nobody really had the Wii U, so they should bring it over. Why the hell not? That's your top stories for today.
Wanted to just go back and say real quick, Virtuous, did you say they were doing Outer Worlds?
I did not say that. I did not know that off the top of my head.
BioShock, XCOM 2 collection, and Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Also, Starlink Battle for Atlas and Dark Souls, which you did say. So, oh man, there's more Switch. They did LA Noire, Final Fantasy XII, whatever that number means.
Yeah, they did a lot. They know their way around a Switch.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
All right. Mom Brain, what have you been playing?
Mine Without a Cause sent me a recipe for a Detroit-style pizza.
That's not what you're playing.
So there's that.
Yeah, she's gonna be playing Cooking Mama for you later.
That looks delicious. I've been playing Animal Crossing. Like a lot. Let's see. I put in a teacup ride and a pool and a fountain and an outdoor hot bath. What else have I done? Well, lately I've been doing a lot with eggs, and I'm like kind of sick of all the eggs, and I've been making all the bunny day crap. Like it's
I don't know.
job.
Your outfit is pretty great.
I'm using.
You are decked out. You're
leaf egg.
Degged out.
Yeah, in a leaf egg outfit. I gotta tell you that I ended up having Olaf come camp at my campsite and then move into my town, and I really was not. I mean, he's kind of a jerk at first, but it's okay now. I mean, he's all right so far.
Olaf from Frozen?
No, he's an anteater. And at first he was kind of a jerk, but I mean, whatever. If he really gives me trouble, I guess I'll talk to Isabel about him and we'll give him the boot, but I'm going to give him a chance for now.
Heartless.
Yeah, well, this is my town. Dang it.
Fiddlisk.
Wow.
So, I mean, I feel really good about my town. I'm growing a lot of flowers. I have no complaints. I mean, I'm just really enjoying myself.
You're living your best virtual life.
I really am. I really am.
Nikki Hill, what are you playing?
Oh, I'm going back a little bit because I've been busy.
Okay.
I played Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Switch.
Oh, on the Switch. Okay.
And I completed the story mode of that.
Nice job.
And it made me want to ask a question. What does it feel like to pet Polterpup?
Cool.
Like a water balloon with more give.
Oh, all right.
That's what I get. Maybe some kind of like Jello style something.
All right.
Dry Jello.
Also, I think Luigi's a pervert because he's always like spying through holes in the wall and looking into people's dressing rooms and stuff.
He does do a lot of that. That's true. Everything.
And
okay
I also, is it too soon to talk about things with that game?
I would say yes.
Okay. I also played and completed Florence.
Oh,
nice job.
Now easy one to complete.
Yeah, if I didn't complete that, I would be really upset with myself. But that was a very, very interesting and lovely experience.
Yeah, it's very good. Very quick, but very good.
And I played it on my television. I think it probably would have been better for me to just play it handheld because it is very much cell phone style, like touchscreen.
Yeah, I played it handheld just because I knew it was going to be quick, and I figured I could just lay down on the couch with it and play for like a half hour and wrap it up, and that's what it was. But yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it would have been quicker with some of like the little story games in there if I was doing handheld.
Oh yeah, because I was using touchscreen for some stuff, so you got to use joystick. Yeah.
Yeah. I played Old Man's Journey, which was another. It was very much like an art housey game. Not entirely too challenging, but there's it's a bit puzzly.
Now, did you like it? Because I have not played it.
I liked it for what it was. It wasn't a very long game. The gameplay is very much you do one thing and you do it over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the art style, and I think I like the music in it.
Well, what do you do?
Like,
what's the one thing you do over and over?
Well, so your character, so like you click on on a place, and the character moves to that place. But what you have to do is like from like front to back, like there's like depth to the level. It's a 2-dimensional level, like image.
Yeah.
But there's hills, and you change how steep the hills are so that they make cross sections or cross points, so that the character can walk up to that point and hop to the next hill behind.
Yeah.
Or hop forward. So all you're doing is you're just altering the landscape so that he can move from one place to the next.
Okay.
But I mean, it's still like a nice, tender story or whatever. It's
tender.
It's emotional. It's a nice thing.
Yeah.
Most recently, this is the game that I said I was playing off the grid. I don't know if you get updates from the Wii U, but I played Yoshi's Woolly World.
Wow! What made you go play that?
I have it, and I never beat it, so I needed to go back. I started playing it, years ago, and never finished it, and so I just started over. And I thought it was only going to take me like 15 hours, and it took me longer than that.
That game's got a great soundtrack, man.
A really great soundtrack. I really like the slap bass.
Yes.
Like the castle episodes levels.
Yep. The guy I talked about this back when it originally came out. The guy who did the music for it taught himself guitar just to play it for that soundtrack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, specifically for that game. The whole soundtrack in that game is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. No, it really is. I really enjoyed that, and it took me like I would sit down and be like, "Yeah, I just want to play 4 levels." I didn't want to. Every time I played it, my dog would just sit there and give me like a guilt trip. So I just wanted to play like 4 levels and then maybe go for a walk or something. And I couldn't even get through one level. Like it took me over an hour just to get through like one level sometimes.
If you're looking for everything, you can spend a lot of time in levels.
I wasn't looking for everything. I was just having a hard time with some of like the stuff. And the way that the save system, like with the checkpoints, you don't always save right before like a boss fight or something. So if you die, you have to replay a whole section of the level before you even get there.
Well, everybody knows how challenging Yoshi games are.
Listen, it was tough.
No, I know what you mean.
But it is rewarding. And Yoshi sounds like a kid.
Have you ever heard Yoshi's voices, but like without all the effects on them? So the actual person's voice doing it?
No.
Oh, I'll have to send that to you. It'll ruin Yoshi for you.
PC says that you shouldn't Yoshi shame.
PC is a big fan of Yoshi's Woolly World, without a doubt. I watched her play some of it.
No, I really enjoyed it. It made me want another Super Princess Peach game.
Well, I mean, there's a Yoshi game on Switch. There's no Princess Peach game though.
I have that. I mean, I am going to play that, but I wanted to go back to the Wii U because I'm home.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of time, and I think the next thing I'm going to go back to is maybe Bayonetta 2 because I finished the first one.
Bayonetta.
And I never finished the second one.
Well, yeah, get it taken care of now, and the sequel's coming out sometime. I don't know, maybe this year.
Right. So I want to do that. I had bought Oddmar, but I'm going to save that for when I start working and commuting.
Yes.
Because it's a 2-dimensional game, and I can actually play that in the car without like getting confused and stuff.
Yeah.
I did have a hard time with with Luigi's Mansion, even when I was, playing handheld off a television and stuff with like that, because it's weird because like he moves around 3D, but you're still 2-dimensional. I love the use of mirrors, and like that fourth wall was really awesome.
Yeah, they do a lot of really cool things in there, and each room in that game is so jam-packed with stuff. That's another game where you can spend like a half hour per room easy because there's just stuff hidden everywhere.
Yeah, and I didn't go for everything, and like once I finished the story, like I want to complete games.
Yeah.
I never really go for completion, like full 100%, but yeah, it got to a point where I was just like, hurry up already. Like,
well, yeah, with Luigi's Mansion, there's just like I got addicted to finding like every dollar bill and every pearl and every gold bar because they're all over the place.
And that's what I really love too about it is like Luigi's just walking into people's hotel rooms and stealing all their money, and like he's got no problem with trashing this hotel. He is destroying. He's ripping down the curtains. He's stealing all the.
Well, I would imagine he's got no problem taking the money because it's from all the jerks that are dead there now. So why not?
Doesn't make it that doesn't make it a good deed. It doesn't make it okay. You steal from bad people, you're still stealing.
He's got to feed Polterpup. He needs some extra cash.
Yeah.
Is that it?
No, I just started right before the podcast. Stella.
Oh, I need to play that still. I'm in it, but I need to finish it.
That game has already kind of scared me a little bit. The sound, the audio in that is like really creepy.
I love it.
And I also played quite a bit of Friday the 13th.
That's right, you have. Yeah, we've all been playing that. Are you done? I'll parlay into that.
Yes.
Tetris for Jeff.
Thank you, Nikki Hill.
Thank you, Romy Cowboy. Oh, what have you been playing, Josh Robot?
Great job, Mom Ray.
No, not at all.
Wow. Oh boy.
That's a weird way of saying it, Josh, but sorry, I guess you've been busy.
Did you know you can play Tetris for free on Tetris.com?
I did know that. I didn't play it this week though, Josh.
That's such wonderful.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's a.
If only somebody would ask me what I played.
Well, what have you been playing? Comanche, is he there?
I'm the world's best singer. A big hello to my fans.
I hope you two are having fun.
What have you been playing?
Oh, thanks for asking. I have also been playing Friday the 13th.
Shut up. I don't care.
We've been playing Friday the 13th online with friends. If you watched our first Friday the 13th video, you saw Nikki Hill in that video trying to shoot Jason and also running around as a naked man trying to get away from Jason.
You didn't see me.
No, your character. Yeah. And just yesterday we put up another video that was from that same day where you get to see 2 more gameplay sessions of me killing everyone by accident, pretty much. Well, I didn't kill everyone, but I ruined everyone's getaway. Definitely, completely my fault.
Those are great moments.
I'm glad that I captured that, and some other stuff in there as well. So we're going to be doing this for at least 2 more weeks. So we'll have at least 2 more episodes of Fridays with Jason They come out Friday. The next episode is going to be edited by a friend, and then what might be the final episode will be edited by me. So yeah, we got at least 2 more weeks of that. Played a ton of that. Also played some Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Groove this week with friends online because Friday the 13th was so busy that we couldn't get all of our friends in a game. So instead of retrying over and over and over again, we decided to take a break and play some Toe Jam and Earl.
When was that? I mean, I would have played
a couple
Wait,
nights.
what was that?
What was what?
Friday the 13th was so busy, or everyone playing that was busy?
No, Friday the 13th's online servers were so busy we couldn't get a room that had enough room for all of our friends to join.
Cooler says there should be a Jason clip on the soundboard.
There should.
I didn't realize that was a thing. I thought like you just created. I didn't think that they like.
No, you've only played with us when we're playing only our friends. When we have a smaller group of like 2 or 3 or 4 of us, we go into the multiplayer servers to play with strangers too. So it's been packed.
You shouldn't play with strangers, by the way.
So we played,
especially right now, social distancing.
We played Toe Jam and Earl, and we're having a lot of fun with that. We haven't had enough success though. We haven't put the ship back together because the game is really, putting it to us. We've only found like 4 or 5 ship parts by the first like 20 plus levels. So things get really crazy and hectic. So I'm sure we're going to play that more. What?
Worms.
I mean, we can play Worms. We have it. Let's play it. I'd love to play.
I know we never thought of that though. Like we were thinking about games that we could play.
Well, not all of us have it. Me, you, and Vitamin G have it. So I played that, and I've also been playing more Ori and the Blind Forest, which I said so much about it. I don't need to say more.
No, it's not.
It's the perfect game. It's the perfect game. That's
it's not the Blind Forest.
That's like a really
bold I'm sorry, statement. Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
There you go.
That's a really bold statement.
It's a perfect game. Perfect. Go ahead, name a part of it.
I don't know.
Perfect. It's perfect.
I never played it.
It's perfect.
I mean,
when is that going to be on the Switch?
You're Phil Spencer's nightmare.
You had me come listen to some of the music.
It's great music.
It is great
it's perfect, actually. Game's perfect.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
All right, let's do questions. Questions.
Okay.
This question comes from. Oh, I played some Good Job too. You can watch that on the YouTube channel.
Does that have Mike Rowe in
it? Not yet. Send your questions to GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNintendoQuestions@gmail.com. They can be about Nintendo. They can be about anything in general, or they can be they can be about Nintendo. They can be about video games in general, or they can be about anything you want.
Wow.
This question comes from Nico Darunia.
Question that we're not answering.
Nope. Hi, podcast crew. Here's an important question. You have to make an important decision. You have to choose one between chocolate and pizza. The one that you don't pick, well, you cannot have it anymore. What's your choice? I'm picking pizza. Get rid of chocolate. I want chocolate every once in a while, but I don't really care about it. Pizza, without a doubt. Pizza. Pizza's the pick.
I love chocolate. And I'm not like a freak for like chocolate all by itself.
Gotta get closer.
Okay. I'm not a freak for like chocolate itself by itself. I mean, I like it. I like a little Dove square, but like a milk.
I like a little Dove square.
I mean, we keep them in the classroom and like we break them out like in the afternoon.
Could you answer the question, please?
So I feel like I would get rid of pizza because
because
there's so many like other foods like pizza.
Like what?
Like
she can make pepperoni pizza pasta slop.
Exactly.
That is not like
which
pizza.
we have in the fridge right now.
That is not like pizza.
Oh.
A pepperoni pizza pasta slop is a lot like pizza.
Nope.
A calzone I could have with like a dipper sauce on the side.
Okay.
I could do Pizza Hut breadsticks and dip.
That's not pizza.
But it's like enough for me. Like I would be okay with that. Chocolate just eliminates like so many options.
No, it doesn't. It just eliminates chocolate.
Chocolate chip cookies?
No.
You can still have
oatmeal cookies?
You can still have oatmeal cookies.
No, but not
brownies?
as good.
Are you kidding me?
Brownies?
We're never gonna have
a blondie.
Hot fudge brownie sundae or whatever those things are called ever again.
Yeah.
So you're team chocolate too?
Do you know who I am?
That's true. It's a dumb question. I'm sorry. All right, so both of you are keeping chocolate, and I'm keeping pizza. We'll see who's happier.
It also says I can never have a flatbread every once in a while.
I mean,
I don't need pizza. I can have a flatbread.
Most people in the Discord are keeping pizza.
Yeah, it's the right answer.
I mean, I get it, and I'm sure that I'm in the minority.
Like
I'm not.
Chocolate's just sweet after sweet after sweet. Pizza you can do so many different things with.
DQ soft serve with a butterscotch shell, says mine without a cause. Yeah, baby.
Nico Darunia, thank you for your very divisive question. It's a good one. I would miss chocolate certainly, but
Steel Tiver says I guess she doesn't want homemade pizza tonight.
Yeah, right. Homemade chocolate it is.
Well, I mean,
got her, Steel Tiver.
Tonight's Patreon question. You can join the Patreon at patreon.com/GoNintendo. It's just $1. And thank you. We've had an influx of people over the last week. I had 2 videos that did quite well. The Jedi Knight.
It's working.
The Star Wars Jedi video did well, and the Cooking Mama video did well actually, because a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, you have the game." I do.
Hold on, can I still have Totino's?
Yeah, they're not pizza.
You'd have to. You'd now hold
pizza.
on, hold on. You'd have to ask Nico Darunia. They're Totino's pizza rolls.
That's not pizza.
Pizza is in the name. If it has pizza in the name, you can't have it.
That's why I asked.
What about like pizza flavored Pringles?
You can't have them.
Combos, pepperoni pizza combos.
Listen, this is very clear. If
What
it
about-
has the word pizza
What
in
are
it,
the
you can't have it.
pizzerias or whatever?
Yeah.
The EL fudge chips.
Yeah.
No.
Remember potato skins? Those chips? Those were delicious.
I just realized
Sour cream and
that
onion.
I had a dream where I went with Cody Rhodes to the store to buy Takis, except they were in giant matzo sheets. I'm just realizing now that was a dream, because in my head now I was thinking, why didn't I buy those? Oh, because they're not real. To this week's Patreon question comes from Autumnal Blake, and it's Nikki Hill's worst nightmare.
Oh, is it rapid fire?
It
questions?
is rapid fire round 2. Would you like to start, Nikki Hill? And we'll get you out of the way.
Nah.
Okay, Mom Brain, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Please answer as quickly as possible. Not necessarily the first thing that comes to mind, but your quickest answer that makes sense.
Okay.
Most overrated fruit.
None of them are overrated. Orange.
Thank you. Whose hat is more stylish, Mario or Link?
Link.
I have spoken.
Please don't do that after everyone. Pastels, neons, or grayscale?
Grayscale.
What are the ingredients of a superstar in Mario?
I don't even know what that means.
What are they? I don't know. What makes up a superstar?
Love.
Oh, this says sultanas. I don't know.
Like raisins?
I don't know. SULTANAS.
Autumnal Blake, explain yourself.
If you lived in a world of Pokemon, would you become a trainer?
Yeah.
So you would make your your Pokemon fight.
I mean, I'm not doing like Tiger King business here.
When you order a pizza, what type of crust do you get? Well, she doesn't order them anymore.
Stuffed.
Chocolate. All right, Nikki Hill, are you ready?
Yeah.
Who is squishier, Kirby, Pikachu, or Luma?
Luma.
I would agree with that.
Me too.
Would you eat a Pikmin?
Yeah, sure.
What's a funny quote from the person to your left? I am on your left.
I don't know. Might not. I don't remember what you said.
Might not be. Might not.
Might not be. Might not.
Game Boy, GBA, or DS?
Game Boy, DS.
It's got to be. You're sitting on a pile of the games right now. When did you last read a book?
This morning.
Shout outs to Doom Eternal. What did they eat for breakfast? Is Doom Eternal in the chat?
I believe so.
Wow.
Wait, am I supposed to answer?
No.
Doom Eternal says, "Heyo, what'd you eat for breakfast, Doom Eat?" It's coming. I know it.
Supposed to be quick. Croissant with coffee.
Croissant. Oh, that's it.
Oh man.
Okay. Which Fire Emblem house would you be in? Blue Lions, Black Eagles, Gold Deer, or Ashen Wolves?
I have no idea, but I like Ashen.
Okay, Mom Brain, will you read starting with number 16?
Here we go. Raw meat. Quick maths. What's 8 plus the result of 2 squared?
2? Is it 2?
8 plus the result of 2 squared.
Yeah, is it 2? I don't know.
2 squared is 4.
12?
12.
There you go. Electronic or orchestral soundtracks?
Oh, I gotta pick.
Hurry up, Rami.
This is rapid fire.
Orchestral.
Have you ever sat on the ghost chair?
Yes.
What should I name my island in New Horizons?
Fart butt.
Fart butt is
It
beautiful.
came to mind.
So then, what game would you like a 99-player version of other than Tetris?
Tanks.
Ooh. Spinach, cabbage, or lettuce?
Spinach.
Do you put your apps in folders?
Yeah, oh, yes. My phone is very organized.
If you were an inkling, what color would you like to be?
Orange.
What's in your pockets right now?
Nothing. I just got out. Oh, no, that's a lie. Trash. Candy wrappers.
that are very clean because they've been through the wash.
A Three Musketeer mini wrapper and a Snickers mini wrapper.
Oh, you're making me hungry.
And last but not least, could you beat your me character in a fight?
Could I beat my meat to a character in a fight? Could I beat my me character in a fight? Yeah, I could take him.
Ooh.
I'll kill him.
Yeah, I can do it.
Hey, I have a message I'd like to read when...
Is this bad?
No, when the time comes.
All right. Well, I mean, that's everything. We wanted to see how this show went with Nikki Hill over the phone, and it seems like it went fine. So that's why we're not doing music today. But as long as Nikki Hill comes back next week, we will have music next week. But we'll end the show with whatever this message is.
So I got a message from Mikey3319. And Mikey wants everyone to hear this. Mikey says, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for everything you guys have done for all of us listeners and fans, especially during these times. Listening to you just makes all the craziness in the world just vanish, even for a little bit. You two and the GoNintendo family are nothing but the sweetest and most entertaining group of awesome people ever. Thank you for all the laughs you give us every week. Raw meat is nothing but pure happiness every week, no matter what craziness the podcast brings.
Shut the hell up.
Please don't ever stop what you do. Entertain us to the end. You have a fan for life. Bless you both. Mikey3319.
Well, thank you very much for the kind message. And we feel exactly the same about you and everyone else that listens. Thank you for your
Who's that?
Thank you for your support. Be it brand new or long time. Thanks for hanging out in the chat. The live crew, I always appreciate seeing you guys in there. Thanks to everybody who sends in music to gnpodcastmusic@gmail.com and questions at whatever. GoNintendo questions at gmail.com. And sending me the kind messages and email and the tweets and all that stuff. I greatly appreciate it. I do a lot of things for GoNintendo that I enjoy, but my favorite is the podcast because it's an excuse to hang out with friends, both real life and virtually. So, yeah, that's it. We'll see you next week. Everybody stay safe and hang in there.
Take care of yourselves.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great week. Stay home.
I got all of that in there.
Group photo.
Group
Here, let's
photo.
get Nikki in on the group photo.
Okay. That's great. Oh, man. All right, Mom Brain, hit me up at the chat, whatever's going on.
Here you go. Why don't you take it since you haven't been able to really...
Yeah, I feel like you said hello to nobody after the beginning.
I'm sorry. It wasn't because I was trying to be mean.
Give that Smona smooch says Cooler. See, Cooler's in here, and you never said hello to Cooler.
I said hello to Cooler.
I'm sorry. Did you? Ice Grove is in here. I didn't say.
I didn't leave anyone out on purpose.
Ice Grove says, so what think of this WrestleMania? I'm very excited because I don't know what to expect. I'm ridiculously excited for the Boneyard match and the and the John Cena match, because both of them, as far as I know, are off location, and they're probably going to be disasters in a beautiful way. So I'm very excited to see what they do with those. WrestleMania is tonight and tomorrow, PC. I thought you were a wrestling fan.
Oh, boy.
And Mom Brain didn't know either. Well, Reginald says, I'm going to WrestleMania. I'm excited. We're all going. Someone asked something. Oh, visit my island. A tour of my island, Wolfric Chaser.
Rami refuses to play with anyone.
My island is very personal to me. I haven't been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, to tell you the truth, because I've been playing Friday the 13th with friends. Like,
You could be playing Animal Crossing with friends.
yeah, but Animal Crossing is not like Animal Crossing is a passive game you play with friends. Like Friday the 13th, you are actively doing something with friends.
You're actively getting so scared that you might not sleep at night.
What?
That's why I don't play.
I'm one day you'll see my island.
Yeah.
Raw, it says Raw cut Mom Brain slack. She's manning the soundboard and active in chat and on the mic.
Thanks, guys.
Solmaster Link has got your back.
Thank you. I'm trying my best.
Hylian Tom says he has anxiety about multiplayer. Well, then
Animal
don't do
Crossing?
it. Yeah, then don't do it. Or maybe find out if you can make some money on stocks and open up those gates and just let the bells pour in, baby. All right. Here, you take this. That's it. Yeah, we're hanging in here. We're gonna be here next week. Nikki Hill, I'm sure, will be here. Everybody stay safe. Like I said, if you're looking for something to do tonight, why not watch WrestleMania? It's free.
Yeah.
But that's it. Let me get this ready now. So thanks for watching and thanks for listening. Take a rest, relax, hang out with friends and family virtually. You deserve it. We'll see you next week. Goodbye,
everybody.
Bye, everybody. Still here.